It may look like professional wrestling, but the Lucha Libre is more than sport or theater. For Mexicans, it's almost mythic, a struggle between good and evil. That's because some of the wrestlers also take their fight outside the ring, right into the streets. They're strong men who put on their costumes and fight for the real underdogs, the poor and the homeless.
South of the border, they've seen their share of great warriors. But now, a new breed of conquistadors strides forth. And his battlefield is a canvas mat, 20 feet square. In Mexico City, nearly 1 million people a year leave the crime and the traffic and the pollution behind and enter the magical world of the Toreo Arena. Inside, a special kind of hero. Mexicans have their pop stars and their soccer stars, but none capture the popular imagination like the wrestlers of the Lucha Libre, the free fight. It's one of Mexico's biggest sports, and the fans are intensely loyal. None more so than 91-year-old Virginia Aguilera.
I used to be a bullfighting fan. I love bullfighting. But when a bull killed the great matador Manolete, I said, I'll never go again. I'll choose something else. And I chose Lucha Libre. My husband took me to see it. I used to get frightened. I say, look, they are going to kill him. No, Virginia, they won't kill him. Oh, yes, they will. I used to get real frightened and chew my fingernails. But now I know they are not going to kill each other.
Cállese, cállese, señora, cállese.
Arriba. Charcetero, charcetero, charcetero.
The Lucha Libre grew out of circus sideshows over 50 years ago. But for Virginia and her countrymen, it's turned into something much bigger. At its core, the men who wear the mask, Atlantis, El Misterioso, Dr. Assassin, even Darth Vader. The masks may look modern, but they're inspired by ancient Aztec traditions of masked warriors. By concealing their identities, the fighters become more than just men. They are symbols of good and evil, right and wrong. The Lucha Libre isn't simply a sport, it's a giant morality play, myth in the making. Every week, the fan magazine Sensacional de Luchas chronicles that myth. Read by 2 million people, it's the literature of the street. Small wonder the young men of the barrio dream of becoming wrestlers. The dream begins here at the Gimnasio Gloria, one of many gyms where beginners are taught the skills they'll need to compete. In 5 decades, the Gimnasio has turned out a string of champions.
Vámonos, dale.
The coaches say that poor kids make the best fighters. They come in small and scrawny and, above all, angry, from rickety shacks and reform schools. They dream of coming out national heroes.
I'm still young, but I've got ambitions. I'm going to get ahead.
Above all, they dream of El Santo, the saint.
I'm going to be a star like El Santo. The public really loved him, and he's never been forgotten. I want to be like him.
7 years after his death, this wrestler's legend continues to grow. His 52 films are now pugilistic classics.
In this corner, it's Caveman Wellington and Roz Mendoza. In this corner, the Black Shadow and the man in the silver mask is Samson.
El Santo's manager was Carlos Suarez.
El Santo, el Mascaro de Plata.
El Santo in the silver mask. He was the greatest idol of wrestling. That's not to say that El Santo was the best. No, sir. But he had the greatest personality. In the ring, El Santo was a giant. He projected something that words cannot explain. There have been many other heroes, Superman, Blackman, but they were all make-believe. El Santo, he was a man, a real man.
Muy humano de verdad.
On the screen, the man became a full-blown myth, a superhero.
Y aquí tienen ustedes
Here we have the first mask used by El Santo. Its history goes back so many years, it would be impossible to tell it all. Here we have other masks, relics from El Santo's fights, trophies everywhere, and presents from the public. But he never touched them because he was a man who would never smoke or drink. He was El Santo.
Santo.
Even when he died in 1984, his identity was never revealed. El Santo was buried in his mask.